Hi everybody, welcome back. So I hope you're not like pulled in because you saw that messy cover photo. There's a lot of things I want to talk about today, and I think this is going to be likely the longest video ever for me. I might have to like split into part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, so on. I don't know, but no, let's try and clear some of the things off the table as I go through one by one. So this video is about so you bought your board games and you're playing with the board games, but don't you find that there's something missing in the board game? There's always something missing in the board game. No, I'm not talking about missing components or broken miniatures that you need to go and call back and get it replaced. It's not that. It's just that there's something else that could make board game better. And when I mean better, I mean better. How better? So this video is basically going to poison you into getting unnecessary stuff for your board games, if you put it that way. But it's in a way that things to enhance your gameplay, but absolutely not necessary to get the games playing. Although in certain case, I will argue that it's absolutely necessary. Okay, so from there, let's start with the most obvious of everything. That is metal coins. So I'm going to try and put links to as much as possible of those things that I bought. But not all of them comes with links and things like that, because some of them are like I can't even remember when I got them, where I got them. So anyway, this is like metal coins. Okay, so you see this is a pretty good quality metal coins. Nice print, although it is not aged, so it feels new though. Apparently this is from this game called Utopia. I'm not sure if it's a game or is it a brand, but it's a set of coins that I got with 10s, 50s. So good things about them is that there is a denomination on these coins, which makes them universal. So it comes with a generic kind of cryptography, which is fits all sort of different type of settings, medieval, modern. Okay, maybe not so. This one has something that looks like a jet engine, or I mean it's a car or something. Okay, so maybe this is a bit more for steampunk and kind of a newer age, but there's still also swords and shields and everything. I guess we could always ignore the the nitty-gritties. This is the more premium editions metal coins. There's another set which I often use. These are plastics. I'm not even sure it's plastics. It's so light, as you can feel. You can hear the sound. Yeah, it's not really solid, but it has a nice finish, and this thing is really teamless. So it's just on both sides the denominations. So we have like 1, 5, 10, hundreds all the way. This is good. I use this in actually in sleeving gods. I don't like the original coins. So these coins are golden, the least I could say, and some of them has a double sides because they are initially pirate coins. So they are very cheap. I got a whole pack for I think about less than $2 or something like that. There's also a silver version of it, which I also got some of the silver ones. It just does some mixture when I tries out different type of gameplay. I think this one really doesn't have the double sides. This is really pure denomination. So pretty good for for counting coins, counting points, stuff like that. So these are like coins, and there's of course specialized coins built for certain games. So the tendency for me to overspend is really I bought coins for size, for example, and I decided to buy coins for viniculture, for example, and that's actually kind of unnecessary because you could actually reuse the coins. I mean, they are just mana coins with a different type of iconography on it, right? But they are not really like a must have for that game. Okay, so let me also try to get off this next thing. These 3 miniatures are from Tainted Grail. They are the menkeys. So there's actually a knight that's embedded into the okay, I'm not even going to spoil the story for you. You could go find out for yourself, but because it's really good story. But this is also really good miniatures. And why am I talking about miniatures? So for most games, you will get miniatures. Miniatures that's used for like one game. So I have some of this. I can't even remember where is this from. These are all like the BattleTech one, I think. So basically, miniatures can be used for other games where there is no miniatures. And you know, it's like we could use miniatures to represent other things in other games just to give it the thematic feel. And for example, you could like use you know, like I keep pulling out these miniatures like thousands of times. So this is a kind of the early sun drop from Nemesis. Okay, so you could use it like, you know, for all the Alien games, Alien, the, you know, Another Day in the Core or something, or even the latest one from Ravensburger, the I can't remember, it's the Fate of Nostromus or something like that. And basically, you know, it's like all these miniatures, they are kind of generic sometimes, you know. It's like, so you could like reuse them in the games where there's no miniatures, as well as this one from Super Dungeon Explorer, you know, generic adventurers. You can always use it in any of your, you know, adventuring games, just to give it some thematic touch to it. But of course, miniatures are miniatures. Try to make best use of it by not getting too many games that comes in miniatures in the first place, and reuse whichever, you know, ones that seems to make sense for you in your particular version of that board game. Because you know, like even AD&Ds or D&Ds as most people know it, comes with miniatures, and these miniatures are usually pretty generic. You have like bards, you know, wizards, warriors, and all this. So just reuse them in your role-playing games and stuff. And if you are interested, there is miniatures of different grades. So what you have seen just now, all these are all, I suppose, they are resin. They are printed by manufacturers. Very, very solid. As you can feel, very solid. The other type I printed is really bad. Is I think is, I don't know what is it called, ABS or some sort of plastic which actually shatters. And lesson learned. So I have actually switched to another set which I get them to paint in pewter. It's called metal. So as you can see, I'm not sure you can see the details. The details are pretty okay. They are naturally sun dropped with the coat. Now, not done by Avican Rams, but they are already done in this manner. So this is like the sci-fi soldier, which I could use in any of my sci-fi game. In particular, you know, when I get hold of my Rogue Angel, I could like use this for my character. Right, pretty good. I got another one with a cape. This is like the rogue version of it. You know, it's like maybe the resistance or something like that. Of course, you could like, you know, get some of the cute ones, which are, you know, like these knights, miniature knights. It's meant to be a keychain though, actually, because so I sourced for a lot of stuff, and I found this for the keychain. But look at it, the knight is so cute. It's like, you know, almost chibi and stuff. Perfect for, you know, things like maybe this game. You know, it's like, okay, if you know what the game is, Tiny Epic Dungeons. You know, or if you talk about generic AD&D, huge shield, horn helmet, dwarf with big sword, try and focus, yes. See the beard, you can see it's pretty good quality, and despite its metal, it's not really that expensive. I assure you, it's less than maybe $5 each to print it in China. If you provide them with the STL files, although I don't know what they'll do with your STL files, but you know, you don't really care after a while, because you know that's how things works. If you want them to print it for you, you know, you will kind of like lose control over your items. So anyway, that is the copyright thing is another issue we're going to talk about in another you know, entire different type of a video. So we covered miniatures as well, so that's number 2. Let me try to clear some of the things away while I talk about the next one. So the next one is going to be easy. It's basically you know, gem tokens, beautiful tokens for, you know, all sort of different type of games, to count monsters when you don't have a good standees, and when you don't have like good way to represent stuff. I use this in a lot of the games that is a magic theme, like, you know, get blue crystals. You get plenty of this. I talk about this a lot of times in my previous video. I think even in Mercuria though, I was thinking that if they reuse this, it's a lot nicer than some of the things that they use to count. So they comes in many cups, and they are all irregularly sized, so it makes them, give them a real crystal-like appearance. So this is one of my favorite counters. So they comes in different colors. To be honest, this is not even meant to be board game stuff. This is supposed to be used for aquarium fish tank, you know, where they put it at the bottom, you know, just, well, I don't know why. It's kind of silly because, like, you know, fish will get themselves injured with all the sharp corners, but okay, that's a different story anyway. But you know, I repurposed them. I bought quite a few of this for the sake of, you know, using it in board games. And I have used this in Pinner Grill. Me being lazy to take out these miniatures, it's okay because it's in the main box. But to dig through the miniatures, you know, in other boxes, just to have them come out in one turn, and my party is going to slaughter them in the next turn. I think this is good enough to represent one of the boss. He will just like move around and then he will get killed. Perfectly fine with me. So, well, one thing to another, that is tokens, but I'm going to show you some other tokens which are actually is a bit more unique, and maybe it's related to theme. I guess it's related to theme though, of course, obviously, right? So I've played this game called Star Fable. They are buttons which actually used for rewarding you, and guess what? I just bought real buttons, and real buttons are a lot very pretty. Let me take out a few of them to show you. So it comes with a different type of plus buttons. So we have like buttons with some random text on it, and buttons which actually just have random art designs. Comes with you know, colors like black and everything. And I don't know why is this there. Oh, this is even one of the like tag or something. I don't know. So this is like a zip tag or something. So there are plenty of buttons of different size, you know, different colors as well. And guess what? These are real buttons. This is as good as you get to represent stuff in Star Fable. You know, like, you know, why even bother use a token when you can get real buttons, right? Although I will say that there is choke hazard. Be careful when you're playing with you know, you're very young kids. You don't want them like putting stuff into your mouth. But I'm not sure putting the table token in the mouth is any better. But you know, just watch it. I mean, I have to say that. And look, some of the buttons are really beautiful, like this with multicolors, and this one with you know, some design on the side and every stuff. Oh, I don't know. I really lost of words to describe some of them. But as you can see, a picture says 1,000 words. All of them comes with very different type of design, stars, everything. And one bag of this is kind of like, you know, I think $2 or something like that. And you know, you get 100, or I think this is more than 100. This is probably a 200 buttons pack. Plenty of buttons to, you know, count a lot of stuff. Blank dice. Yeah, blank dice is also something that I used to count stuff. In particular, there was this game called Rise of Queensdale, I think, from Queensgate. Basically, it's a legacy game where you have, you know, like stickers to stick on the dice, and after you stick on the dice, you can't remove it. So instead, I'm going to have blank dice. Use marker to write them on this dice, and I'm going to just try to preserve as much as possible the game component so that next person can enjoy the game again. It's not a cheap game, by the way. The game is kind of like 70, 80 US dollars, I don't know. So blank dice is good for legacy games where, you know, there's a dice modification, but so far that's the only one that really comes to my mind. I'm sure there could be others, but you know, wooden dice are, you know, like for all purpose. You can do a lot of things with it. And there are more tokens here, but there's some spoilers already, so I'm not going to show you all the tokens. So I think these are from Terraforming Mars type, or I'm not sure. Probably I have used a lot of this in Tenor Grill, because Tenor Grills they have these holes for, you know, like holding these red ones. They have a lot of red ones in particular to represent damage. But you know, after a while, when you get a lot of these tokens, especially like the magic one is the blue ones, you get 10s. I will use one of the purple one to represent 10s, you know, and then of course the red ones I could use pink to represent 10s and things like that. So I kind of like bought more of this, and these tokens are very good for a lot of games counting, especially when they don't provide a huge amount of colors, but this one bag provides me with lots of colors to choose from. I think easily 7-8 colors, even including the black one, which I use a lot. So these are a simple way to deluxify this, and again, this is $2, one big bag of it. I even have them custom order certain colors that I want in the past, especially green one I want to use in a certain game, and the white transparent ones. And there are more tokens in this my so-called my bag of tokens. So I have like these blank ones of various colors that can be used for certain legacy games, I guess. You know, when you need to like put stickers on it or just write on it or something. So I will not be destroying the original components, leaving it you know, resellable for the next person and so on. Yep. So why not talk about standee as well? So standees with different colors also is very nice, especially with Gloomhaven. You have Gloomhaven actually provide you with all the standees, but of course in other games where you have like custom kind of standees that you printed, you know, you want to have them distinguished by colors. Colorful standees is one of the ways to do it. That would be like a good way to deluxify your games as well. I'm gonna have some problem putting this back in though, because I have absolutely no idea how I even open this in the first place. Okay, so we're done with tokens. Let me try and shift that back that box around so that it can become some space. So next is customized tokens for games. For that, I think I really want to take out my I tell you what, I will probably have to pause the video here so that I could like bring out more stuff, because you know my tables is so limited weight. Instead of that, why don't I continue with a custom counter I bought. So Woodscraft is another thing you can get. So I have this one that has a counter that actually moves. None of the other gears move, unfortunately, and I don't know how this comes for you for various different, but the way I bought this was every single thing was actually glued using Woohoo glue. As you can see, this steampunk theme really is the kind of thing that I dig in, and they are very pretty high quality print of woods, which I stick on every single thing amount. You can still see some of the, you know, some of the glue which I over glued. And you can see this is real holes, you know, real holes that sees in with the pipes and everything. So one of the things you can do, so even this whole wheel thing was actually I built it, you know, from scratch. Everything comes in a flat piece of wood. Yeah, so magically I have actually kind of like brought my side out, and I was talking about this. So I've been using it for counting a lot of my games, including like Hit Zero and things like that. So to count the turns, I also be using it in a Maximum Apocalypse to count the turns and so on. So it's a good way to, you know, keep track of certain things. And you know, who can resist a steampunk design of that? Again, that is cheap. If you get my version, which actually comes with not pre-assembled, you have to assemble it yourself. And of course, I'm going to like show you what I promised to show you. I'm going to show you the customized tokens for Sai, which is a game I highly recommended. It's you know, when I first saw it in the top 100, I'm saying, oh my god, what's so great about this game, right? So it turns out that there is something pretty great about this game, and I'm going to show you what's so great about it. So give me a moment as I clear away some of the stuff in this, because the way this was, I'm gonna like kill two birds with one stone. I'm gonna talk about two things in this same game as an example. Okay, so let me just move that out. Okay, so as you can see, Sai is a game with a lot of mechs, icons. I mean, not icons, mechs and miniatures and stuff like that. And these are not the original components. They are deluxified, metal coins again. I totally didn't need to buy them, but I bought them anyway. And they have components that represents food, for example. So look at the food. Okay, so oops. So I have bought the deluxified stuff, you know, with food represent oil. So oil comes in these oil tins, yep, and wood. So they are like logs. So these are official stuff from Stonemaier Games. And metal. So metal is represented by a block, because they look like gold bar as well, you know. So basically, that's what you have when you get to deluxify some of your tokens. Okay, so I also going to talk about another thing is called inserts. So this game did not came with the wooden components. So the wooden components helps me put all the dice, the cards in his right place, and you see like he has components for all the different type of currency as well as resources. And each faction comes with his own box, self-contained. So if you open it up, I don't want to do that because there's a lot of things inside. But once you open up, you get all your different components for each of your faction in each of the box. So each person only needs to open their box, and you can keep the rest in the. And this tray you take out, it will be just on the table where get all your resources all in one place, and they fit nicely because you look at this. This is a very good design. It has a groove, so the groove is supposed to like put your play map in. So I should show you the play map goes nicely. Not play map. I'm saying the cardboard board anyway. So the cardboard board is going to be like just nice. It's going to be stuck there that it doesn't move. Okay, and your player boards lies flats nicely on top of this. Plus then any of your other brochures or whatever, your manuals and everything. And of course these games comes with a lot of Deluxifier components, including these dials, which you don't get all the dials. You get 2 of them, which actually is enough for most games. But I got the Deluxifier additional for each of the different factions, so that everybody can have their own dial. So that is in particular you can actually get additional components from the manufacturer of the game itself, if they provide you with Deluxifier components, and that is token and insert, 2 things I've covered. So there are other components which actually are quite nice, namely like Meeple standees, but I don't really have a very let me see if I have some Meeples here for you. Maybe I have some nice Meeples from this game called Creature Comfort. So if Creature Comfort has it, then I'm going to just show you. Let me see if I could find the Meeples. I think actually I have actually showed this in the unboxing or the introduction to this game. But so these are like not just normal Meeples. So instead of Meeples with like cardboards, you have like painted Meeples. So this is like knowledge. So you have things that looks like books. Of course, you get a lot of this from Etsy as well. They make a lot of this for root. So you can have like different type of resources. They are kind of like painted Meeples, with this like wool, leaf and everything. So you can actually, and the apples is cute. So this is really like apple shaped with one shade of coloring for the stem and the leaf, as you can see here. So this is like Deluxify Meeples. So this could be something you can get hold of, whether is it official or from Easels, or the other things you could actually get hold of them as well. So this is one next things I want to talk about, and I think I'm lucky enough to have Creature Comfort here because that will be able to show to you easily. Let me see what else is on my list. So extra Meeples, obviously, but you actually really get plenty of that from most games. Just reuse them for any other games, or just use your miniatures, or one of those counters I have actually shown you earlier on. I already talked about insert as well. So next thing, let's talk about Dice Tower. No, I'm not talking about the channel. I know the channel is famous. Yes, they are famous. Pretty good, and not very biased in my opinion. Because I like channels that actually tells you the truth. Oh no, I forgot to put this in. I will have to do it soon. Yeah. Okay, but anyway, this should be already out of the way. And dice towers. So there are a lot of dice towers you can get. This one I think I've shown you before. Throw the dice in, you roll, it will comes out here nicely. It comes in many different type of designs. So this Warhammer one looks good for me, so I kind of like bought it. Got someone to 3D printed this. It's a pretty good quality printout, I guess. The details is there. I have not painted yet. Maybe someone could actually just get hold of this and sun dropped it, paint it or something like that. I'm sure this will look fantastic, especially if someone with great skills. All the Sisters of Battles, and all the even the details on the side with all the swords and the logo, all the symbolism of the Imperium. Yeah, so dice towers is one thing you get to help you roll dice. There's also something else called let me try and get hold of that. It's going to be a bit challenging because my table is very small. This is not even a gaming table. Not to mention the gaming table should be something that you should think of, but I obviously don't have one, so I can't tell you about gaming table. This is not fair because hey, this guy doesn't even have gaming table. He's talking about gaming tables, right? Okay, so so let me take out some of the stuff that's already on this. So this is a dice tray. Instead of a dice tower, you could get one of these dice tray. What it does that this has some sort of a soft impact where you roll dice on it. It rolls gently. You won't wear the dice so much, and it will also not drop out. So this came flat originally, so you can imagine all this is unbuttoned. So it's a flat piece. You button the sides up, and as you roll them, let me just show you some of the I'll show you with rolling some of this wooden dice. See, the sound is dampened also because it's wood anyway, but as you can tell that it doesn't roll out. Yeah, it rolls perfectly. It has a nice touch to it. So this is something else you could think of, but although I think this is a bit too big, I would have wanted something smaller because less of a table hall and everything. Okay, so dice tower is something you can get. I'm going to show you now some of the stuff you can get is you could get cloth bags. So cloth bag comes with many designs. This one is from the Asmodee ones for the kind of those elder signs and Eldritch horror and all those Lovecraftian stuff. It's a very good feel to it. I like the high quality, and put your dice in, shake it, pull down random tokens and stuff like that. So this is something that you can get on your own because I think some of the games provided some which are also. So one recent game I played is a coffee roaster. They have one that doesn't have a logo on it. I mean, it does its job, but you can always get something that's a bit more deluxified if you feel that it fits the theme. Okay, so that's dice bags. Another thing I can show you here is this is also self-assembled, so all this is self-glued on the side, but this is card holders. So I have them for two standard size, which is like kind of the bigger size with all the Euro and the US, and the smaller ones also fit the Euro and US stuff. So so as you can see, this has some accident happened to it because I pressed too hard on it, but no, it's quite easy to fix it. Just re-glue them. They fit in nicely, and then so you can use it to hold your game cards at the same time. And then also this design I bought is pretty nice because they get these clips, so you can actually like clip on two of them side by side, and then you can have like a row of all the as you can see, I probably have squashed them quite a bit. I probably need to reglue some of this, but anyway, that is my fault, okay, not the fault initially of this, because they are supposed to be quite sturdy. It's just that probably I have like mishandled them quite a bit, because I kind of like didn't store them properly. I stored them together with the dice tray, and then I also like put all sort of weird shaped stuff on top of them, and I put it sideways this way. So you can imagine they take quite a lot of beating. I probably need to reglue them, but all this is card holders, which is pretty good. You can use them to hold all your game cards, because you probably want to lay them out nicely, and you don't want them to be running all over the place during your game night, especially like flying cards, the last thing you want happening to yourself. Then there's also other wooden containers used to like hold some of these tokens. You can like put some of these tokens inside here, even some of the smaller ones, or put some of your dice and everything. So this is pretty good. It's designed in a way with the groove, so they can like just fit in, and then but they will drop off if you put sideways and everything. So this is not meant to be a lock for it. It's just meant to be a way to keep them up, and you can put this in your board game. As long as you don't turn your board game upside down or something like that, you probably won't drop out. So small containers of this will help in your game night, keeping all the stuff in. Or if you are just lazy, this stuff also works. Buy from those shops where it's used for keep food and other containers. Use it to keep all your tokens together. It comes cheap, I think like maybe 3 or 5 per dollar or something like that. Yep, so you get all this to keep all your tokens and everything like that. And that is what I want to cover for at least as far as you know, trays, tokens and stuff. I must have gone through a lot, I guess. You know, let me see what else is missing on my list. I kind of like have a list to prep it. Okay, so next thing is a game map. So game map, I don't even need to pull out stuff. I got one of this here. So this is from for Android. There's a positioning for cards, of course, but I'm using this as a generic play map. And below that, I have another play map, which is kind of like the pandemic light with the world around without all the pandemic token those. So so as you can see, play maps give you a very nice finish. You can roll dice on it. Yeah, and pretty good for resistance so far. So far, you should have seen that you know, like, even I don't move my miniatures around, it's quite smooth. So play maps is something that you can help to dampen and the noise, and also keep all your components from you know, nasty scratches and stuff. But of course, you probably don't need to get play map for every single game. You could get like generic ones that I do. I also have the one big, super big Android one, and one even more super big world map. You know, or even print your own. You know, get some custom design anime or whatever to get them to cover, you know, so that you can play your game with over some maps instead. So we are almost there. Yep. Let me just pull out one more game. I'm gonna talk to you about protector for tokens. I hope I can go find it. So I don't really have all my stuff with me, as even though I kind of like prepared for this session. Believe me, I did prepare. Okay, I did prepare. It's not fair to say that I did not. I did prepare. I'm going to bring out Warp's Edge because this is the one that I recently is into. So Warp's Edge also has its own bag, as you can see. But I'm going to show you is this. These are token protectors. So what do you mean by token protectors? Especially for games like Warp's Edge, you're going to put tokens inside the bag and you're going to shake it. And you know, when you shake it, tokens are going to rub against each other. They're going to like basically hit against each other, and you know, this paint is going to wear off. The side of the thing is going to peel after a while. So the best way to protect them is binding this thing called a token protector, which is the official word I use. But the correct use for this, they are actually called coins protector. They're used to, you know, keep coins for people who are coin collectors. And they come in almost any sizes you can think of, but most of them are round, some of them are rectangle, and you have to find out the right measurement from either the internet, you know, ask around, or I think there's a thread in BGG as well. If I can find them, I will share it. But basically, what you have is you know, find the right size, and you will be able to put all your tokens into this, where you shake them, you know, they will protect against each other and stuff like that. And but of course, there is actually some storage consideration after that, because look at it, this was the original thickness. You get actually another at least double or 2.5 times the thickness of the original token. So if storage is an issue, you have to think about this before go ahead and do this. But for Warp's Edge, I think it's okay, because I kind of like planned this out, and I think I'm going to make this last a long time for me. So I have decided that the token protectors is the way to go for this game. Obviously not for every single game, but for the most of it, token protectors is the thing that I've decided to go for it. So with that, I covered token protectors. Next, I'm going to cover something that's a bit unique. You've probably not seen this before, but this is very specific for one game. Okay, so this is for Either Fields. So what's so special about this? So I'm talking about this decoration stuff where you can actually get to change. So in Either Fields, there's actually a bunch of keys where you use to unlock your memories, your dream gates. So you can gain up to 4 of them. And you know, I thought, why don't I get real keys to represent that token? And I get these metal ones, which actually I found online. They are decorative keys, which are very nice, polish and finish. Of course, they don't really work on the lock. There isn't a lock that actually goes with it, but look at the quality of keys. This is really feel like a key, and you know, I get them in all sort of designs that I like, including this one as well, which is very good. I think it's the matching one, but it's a brass light a bit aged, so that it looks like, you know, it's a key that's been worn out. And also very fancy designs I have then for different type of keys. So actually I bought a lot more keys than I need to, because there's only 4 icons in either views, but I get to choose. Maybe even each key will look different for me in either views from now onwards. I think this is a worthwhile investment, because the keys are not very expensive, and they are beautiful. I mean, what's the best way to represent a key token with real keys, right? So yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about here. And then I'm going to probably stop the video here again, because I'm going to need to cut this video anyway. So I show you some of the keys. So I have this one, I think I showed you, the one with the hearts. This is like the Queens of Heart kind of keys. Yeah, so I ordered quite a few patterns, but not all the patterns is the things that I need, so I didn't buy everything under the sun. Of course, if you don't mind the old rusty metal ones, you get this hearts one as well. Yeah. So as a key, so this is also something you could consider, especially in your game. There's key tokens. You know, that there isn't really any other functionality of it other than being a token for keys. Consider getting some of these keys used for cosplay, for games and everything. And I'm going to stop here before I come back with other stuff. So for you'll be just like the next moment. Yep. Then I'll see you. Hi, and I'm back. Yes, it's magic, I know, but believe me, I did have to like carry a lot of stuff all over the place. So I finally found this. This is best because I do not need to like publish any kind of logo for anybody in particular. So, but these are cut sleeve. Note the size. The size is the most important things. It comes with a different type of packaging. Basically, you get usually there's 100 piece or 50 if you're getting those thicker ones. Come in different sizes. There's also a smaller size. This is like the Euro small or US small. So basically, what cut sleeve does is that it protects your card. So this is an example from a card from a canvas. So we actually like sleeve this. So this is the premium sleeve. So in case you are wondering how does a premium sleeve feel like, this is premium sleeve. So you can see the thickness of this. Okay, so this is the premium sleeve, and you put a card in, it's going to protect it from wetness, moisture, touch and everything. This is like one fantastic thing that you probably need to get for all your games that you're going to shuffle a lot, the games that you treasure a lot, and in particularly games that you are going to be playing a lot with the cards. So of course there are also times that you don't need to sleeve all the cards, obviously, and that's totally justified. So I'm going to show you another thing since I brought canvas up. So canvas has a way to where you will paint a picture and the picture is done. What you're going to do with the picture, you will display it for for victory points. So I got a real canvas. Okay, not really a real canvas, but it's a canvas for photos. And as you can see, you can actually like put your pictures this way, so that you have a very nice way to display your artwork and any stuff, and then you get all your your trophies or whatever. So this is one thing that I think it doesn't comes with the original game, maybe in certain version of it, but I managed to get hold of a lot of this small I think it's called Easels, is it? I can't remember what's the right word. I'm not the artistic guy, but simple plain English is just a picture or photo stand or something like that. And comes with a big bag where I can show you. I got a big bag of it, almost 20 of them. Sold some of them to my friends who actually also love the game. So it's a win-win situation. I don't need all of them. And this game, I think the maximum you ever need is 15, which is actually what I have, because there are 3 canvas for each player, and there are up to 5 players. So let me just put that out. Okay. So I covered 2 things just with one game. Pretty good planning at least. And talk about cut sleeve. So cut sleeve, I'm not going to really talk about all the different types. They come with very different price. So these are very cheap because they are brandless. But it does the job. Why don't I just open one of them and show you what quality this is. I mean, cut sleeve are just cut sleeve. They are meant to protect the game's card. And it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Look at this. It's not that bad. It's pretty okay. So card sleeve are counted in microns. They are very high microns card sleeve, which is good and bad. Good in the sense that the feel is very good. It protects the card and everything, but the thickness also increased a lot. I'm not sure whether they list the micron here. I don't think they list the micron here. Yeah. So as you can see, I told you this is a very cheap sleeve, and they don't really come a lot of gimmicks. Next, I'm going to talk about this. Why not talk about this, because this is happens here. So this is what they call Plano Box. Comes with all sort of different sizes, different configuration, and so this one that I got, this is for Sleeping Gods. Okay, so as you can see, this wood, I think you can easily tell that I can use the one from the side to replace it. But anyway, what I'm going to show you is this piece. So there is these pieces all over where you can actually take out, you can reconfigure them. As you can see, there's a lot of groove here. This one actually comes with, I think, up to 24 of these boards that you can actually fix in various configurations. And you know, as you can see, if you have tokens with take out bigger areas, you just make out bigger areas for them. And token with smaller areas, just make smaller areas, and then you just configure them, and then you can lock them up. They don't really shift a lot because of the this piece of dividers. I think the right word is dividers. They actually keep all the various different type of tokens in their places. And as you can guess, this was not made for board games. This was actually designed for fishing, where to keep your fishing tackles and everything. So you will find plenty of these boxes at fishing shops. Okay, so that is a Plano Box. Next I have is talk about baggies. I'm going to show you an extreme example. So these are baggies. So you can use them to keep your cards as well. As you know, after you sleeve all your cards, to keep all the cards in one place without getting them all over, you can use boxes, card boxes. They are designed for keeping cards. Or you can use things like this. These are called baggies. And they come with this zip locking mechanism where you can just lock them up, and some of them are airtight, some of them are not so, but basically you keep all your cards, map, your play tiles or whatever together. They come with many sizes, and it's as small as even those for keeping this miniature size cards, all the way to this humongous one that I bought. Oh, actually these are boxes, by the way. These are self-assembled boxes where you can use to keep cards. I haven't assembled any one of them, so sorry about it. Do you want me to show you one assembled in front of cameras? I guess it will be very interesting, because to be honest, I have not done it before. I thought these boxes will work very well for board game because I kind of measured it. So you can see this size is kind of for board game. So these boxes are not that hard to bring about. So actually this is not even for cards. I think this is for bigger tiles. So I would assemble one just to show you how it looks like. Okay, so this is the full size of the box already. Okay, from the flat one I already and then turn the flips in. Okay, then you can see that there's a locking mechanisms to lock this down. Okay, now almost there. And this also turns it in. Okay, and same thing, this is to lock down your stuff inside. Just make a fold at all the lines, and tada, there you have. Pretty good for protecting your big cards. I guess I have chose this to protect some of the bigger cards games, and you can tell that it keeps a lot of cards. There's tons of them, but you probably need to keep them in the bigger boxes. Okay, so I have actually assembled one right on the screen in less than 1 minute. Well done, achievement unlocked. So let me see what else I have on my list. Card holders. Card holders is something that I'm not heavily invested in, to be very honest. I have only basically bought 2 times. So I have bought this. They're meant to keep cards. I shouldn't have kept my dead card, but let me see if I have some loose cards out here I can show you how that works. Do I have a loose? Yeah, I have a piece of loose card. So I have this promo card from Deal Imperium actually. So as you can see, this is how it works. Keep a card upright. shows you all your. Although the only caveat is that you cover part of the bottom parts, so games designed to be card holded should be should have all the stuff above. And it comes in the two type of curvature. So this one is like super thick. I don't know why I bought it, because I just thought that maybe they are for different type of situation where you have very very thick cards. But anyway, you can keep a few of them, line them up, so that keep all your equipments, weapons, everything all in one glance. This is how I played my AD&D games, those Dungeon Dragon games. And these are not very expensive. I bought the wood ones. You could get those plastics ones. Some of them have even like interlocking, where you can like keep different length of it together. So I bought this, is quite long. They are like smaller lengths which you can clip together, form a bigger kind of bigger kind of a card holder array. That's can hold a lot more stuff and things like that. So this is pretty optional. You can actually get a hold of a lot of different choices and options out there. So that is card holders. But be careful, you can actually bend your cards if you hit them at the wrong angle. So that's one of the things that I realized. Next, I'm going to show you something that I think I will need to move some stuff in order to show it to you. Okay, I'm going to move it, so just wait for me. So while I'm moving this, I hope you can still hear me. It's just going to be, I'm just going to talk about this thing. This is what, I don't know what's the real name term for this, but you see this crossband here. So this is the stuff that's used to hold board games that has a jump top. So after you pack a lot of stuff in one single board game, for example, you can tell this board game, as you can see, it's not fully covered. This is the bottom of the box, and they have more things inside. And you can actually like just hold the box together. You can put them sideways. I mean, if the things doesn't fall off, but you will keep the lid on, and you won't have the whole lid fall off on you, on the shelf and things like that. And it's a good way to organize your games, to keep it in this way, so that you can bring around, and you make sure that none of the components drop around, especially when this is like carried in the back, vertical or otherwise. I don't know what you call this. I call them X band or cross band. They comes in maybe just one way, or without a cross, or with a cross, and it comes with a different thickness and sizes, so you can like even tie bigger board games. So this is like the standard kind of like squarish look, but you get to see that how sturdy this holds the whole box together. So this is something you could get to hold your board games, especially if you need to travel it or put them vertically in your collect shelves. This would be really really nice to have. There will be some other stuff that I want to talk about, but I did not have them ready, or rather I don't have a game that actually has those components. So maybe I will leave them behind so that I can talk about them. Things like travel bag. I have not actually gotten one. I don't know if I need to get one. But last but not least, that you probably want a little bit of music throughout your games, or maybe some backdrops, or even like songs for whacking all the monsters when you are in the dungeon. Some a little bit of heavy metals is okay, I guess. I don't know. It depends on your vibe. But playlist is something that actually goes well with the board game, and you'll be surprised if you look through at with apps like Spotify and stuff. You actually get playlist specifically for your game, selected and done by other people, which is fantastic. I'm sure you can find them on YouTube as well, or whichever other music applications you are using. Preferably without the ads though, because that could be interruptive. But have them play through, and that helps you actually in your breathing up the mood, the thematic of the game. And especially I also use a lot of those the medieval tavern kind of theme songs, especially when I'm like playing those role-playing games. They are pretty nice, and also if you want narrative read out for the games, do check it out before you start a game. So for example, if for Awakened Realms, some of the games like Tainted Grail actually has a has an app that actually reads out all the passages from the book. So they are like a companion app that actually helps you not just in bookkeeping, but as well. Okay, that doesn't help you in bookkeeping, by the way, but that helps you read all the passages out narratively and professionally read. So it kind of like bring the ambience in, and while it's reading, you can actually get to do all your other stuff. So that is something else you could actually add on to your game experience. It's like it's an app, whether it be like for bookkeeping, for telling the stories, or for maybe bringing in some music. But of course, it all depends on what sort of game you have. Not every single game has that, but you know, if your game has it, then it's good for you. And I think that's about it. I'm not going to talk too much about it because there are like a lot of things in my mind, like things like printing score sheets and everything. But I think I could like leave them for part 2 to this, because I think there's so much to cover. We can never really, you know, finish all of it. And I'm not sure after joining up this whole video is how long it's going to be. I have a strange suspicion it's over an hour, by the way. So I'm just going to end it here, and thanks for watching. Thanks for hearing me rumbling through this 1 hour for all the components you can buy for your board games. Hopefully it has bring you insight to some of the stuff, how you can enhance your game experience. And I don't really advocate buying very expensive stuff, except that the meta coins is a bit expensive, but you know, you don't need to get meta coins for every single game. You know, I am a bad example. I bought for a lot of games, and I need to remind myself that I don't need to do that. So thanks for watching. Until next time, this is from the After Work Board Game Club. I don't know why this name came about, but you know, it's just ABC, by the way. So you know, nice ring to it. So I hope I'll be able to make more videos for you guys. You know, totally non-profit. Yeah, I know you get people asking me where do I donate and stuff, but right now probably don't need that at the moment. I'm just like, the only thing resources that I'm really spending is time, and there's no way I could recuperate that. So it's just something I enjoy doing, something I hope you enjoy listening to. Do follow and like if you you know, enjoy the video. I don't think not many people has actually gone all the way to the end of the video. I should have like put this right at the very start. First thing, you know, before you start my video, please like and share. Yeah, if you gotta do that. But anyway, thanks. Have a nice weekend.